You had mentioned that you're targeting 50 to 1,000 employees.
That's generally the sweet spot. Yes, there are exceptions to
Okay.
that, but for stage one.
And you really you did a role play with me about the what the typical rep sounds like
Right.
when leaving a voicemail or when they've got someone on the phone, and it was so prototypical. It was so.
I've heard it.
I really wish that we had recorded that conversation because that stuff really sticks with me.
It does. And and the stereotypical voicemail you're going to receive, or the stereotypical cold call you're going to receive, is something like, hey, this is John Manley calling with a national technology VAR. We're a one-stop shop for Cisco, Lenovo, Dell, HP, and everything else. If you want to give me a call, if you have any back orders, feel free to give me a call. I'd like to stop by your office and chat with you for 15 minutes. Here's my phone number, blah, blah, blah. Or I wanted to call and touch base with you, see what's going on, see if there's anything I can help you with. It's end of month, it's end of quarter. I hope you're doing well with COVID right now. Is there anything I can help your organization with? All this is just blah, blah, blah to a prospect who receives 50 phone calls a week. You stood out. Nothing. Nothing you said was different than I could say if I worked for CDW, SHI, Insight Zones, or anybody else, or any other VAR in the world. You sound exactly like every other phone call they've received. That is a problem. Your rate of actually sticking out and getting their attention is so abysmally low. You're going to still get 1 out of 1,000 just based on timing, right? This person's new to the position, or they're irritated with their current vendor. We need to, I use COVID terms right now, right? We basically need to flatten that curve of rejection, right? Of not sticking out. And you do that by reverse engineering what's most important to them statistically, to somebody like David, to somebody in IT. What is the most common pain point that this person is feeling? You spend about 10 seconds on description when you start off your voicemail or your cold call. That's it, 10 seconds. John Manley calling with GHA Technologies. We're a national technology VAR. That's all you need to say, because they already know what a national technology VAR is. We don't need to describe that we work with every vendor in the world. People think, well, I have to tell them everything that I do, otherwise they won't know that I do it. They don't care that you do it, for one, because they haven't given you more than 10% of their attention. And two, you have to really resonate with them before they're actually going to. People always say, I got to make sure they're aware of all this stuff that I do and that we're a one-stop shop and all this. Why do they care that you're a one-stop shop when they haven't bought 5 cents off of you yet? Right? You got to resonate with them, get their attention, get them to break status quo, and then build up from there. So you got to do that by reverse engineering. All right, what I always suggest is you say, let me take 5 points that I believe are the most powerful or common pain points that somebody in this position is going to be feeling with procurement. That is generally going to be a lack of response time, a lack of communication, reps coming and going, geographical reassignment, not being upfront with back orders, or not being upfront with pricing, not taking a loss if you need to because a mistake happened, right? An example would be, you ordered this thing on the 31st, but it didn't ship, and now it's the 1st, and HP promo expired, and now I have to eat $200 to tell you to raise your cost. Well, if I tell you to raise your cost, you already submitted the purchase order through your system, which is going to be a paperwork nightmare for you. So I very much spell out to them, hey, you ordered it after, if I can do it. If you ordered it after cutoff on the 31st, I tried to ship it, it didn't ship. I know it'd be a big pain for you and a time consumption for you to change all the paperwork on your side. I'll just eat the $200. I'll take a loss here, but it's helpful for you. You'll be thankful for me, and I'll make it up over the career of working with you. And I'll spell it out exactly like them. I don't want them to just think I want them to recognize the fact that I ate the money and I lost the money. I want them to know this, and I specify it to them, but I specify from an angle of customer service. Happy to do it because you're going to be thankful for me for doing it.
You are recording this, right?
I am.
Because I can't write fast enough, John.
Oh, you're good. That's why I figured it might be helpful to record it. That way we have you can go back to it. So make a list of 5 things that you find are going to be the most common pain points that these folks are going to feel. The reason I say 5 is as a starting point is you rotate those 5. Rotate them every 30 days. So you make 100 calls in a day, you try each one of them 20 times, and you track the results in an Excel spreadsheet, which ones are positive and which ones are negative. Which one did I get a response of? So then at the end of the month, you can say, if I use opening A, if I use pain point A, I have a 22% hit ratio with an IT person. And at the end of 30 days, you drop the bottom 3 and you replace them with 3 new ones. And you continue to do that until the 3 or the 5 that you use are gold. They are awesome. They just get better and better. And then the more powerful thing about this is that you have a statistical history that you know with certainty. I'm going to target this company that I just desperately want to get into. It's the biggest in my company, in my territory. It's SpaceX. SpaceX is my dream company to get into. Right? And I've been trying for years because I love what they do. I think they're amazing. I think they're the most exciting company on earth right now. And I think what they're doing as a vision for humanity is amazing. So that's the company I desperately want to get into.
That is really cool. I love it.
Oh, SpaceX is incredible. But the beauty of that is once I finally get an opportunity with SpaceX, so far I haven't got their attention in years, but I will. Eventually I will. Which is why I never suggest companies of SpaceX size for a stage 1 because they take too long to get into, right? And stage 1, you got to build quickly. But I can afford to spend years getting into a company right now. But the beauty of that is when I get my opportunity with SpaceX, I can say, all right, a purchasing person at an organization like this, if I bring up this pain point, this pain point, I'm going to have an 84% ratio of getting a positive response because I hit on these 3 pain points. That's huge. I don't have to guess it. I can tell very specifically, scientifically, this is my highest result. This is my most positive thing to go with.